See the boycotts with Target. The next step would, how do we produce what we consume? How do we become prosumers? How do we say not only we're going to boycott y'all, we're going to boycott with us? It's saying that, you know what? The consequence of this action forces us now to go more radical, like the leaders in the past. And we're done with the civil rights era, because even Martin Luther King said after civil rights comes black power. What's more black power than economic ownership?
It's interesting with the boycott because I see what the call to action is, it's the boycott, but what do we hope to gain from said boycott? And I think it's wild that people are targeting just Target when Amazon did the same thing, yes. Meta did the same thing. Well, that's Meta.
Facebook,
Meta did the
Instagram,
same
all
thing.
that, yeah.
Walmart's done the same thing. It's like, why just Target? And you're protesting on the platform that's also doing the same thing to you?
I think we like to pacify and get symbols versus substance.
And I'm not saying they're wrong for boycotting.
No,
I just need to hear more.
I'm not going to dog them. I think that they're just used to a certain playbook. And this is what they know. This is how they know to react and know how to respond. Again, it goes back to history. We are continuing to look at how do we become activists, how do we become revolutionary, and we take a certain archetype, right? We take the Martin, the Malcolm, and say, okay, well, if I want to be a revolutionary activist, I'm going to do this. The problem is we're in a new time. So it has to evolve and has to look more innovative in the way that we go about doing things. We spent billions of dollars in the civil rights era trying to integrate. And when we were boycotting the bus lines, we could have took all of that focus and created our own bus systems. We could have took all of that money, that time, that energy, and that protest and say, what about these businesses that we can build up? Instead, we were looking to be accepted. And we weren't going for real power, we was going for symbolic power, power of gesture. So the real power would be saying, you know what? Our focus becomes this round table. And this is where I put the onus on black leadership. Because we say we ain't got black leadership, we actually do, right? But they just don't position themselves as such. You got the Divine Nine. That is a powerful organization and network all throughout America. We've seen that power when Kamala Harris was able to raise $1 billion, right? We bragged about the power, matter of fact, that we can get on a call of 10,000 of us instantly overnight and raise millions of dollars. Our problem has always been shifting power in the wrong direction. Instead of empowering ourselves, we're asking somebody else to give us power. And that's not true. So we're focused on being influential instead of being forceful, right? Force don't ask, they get to it done. And the reason that you will never have from that side of the political spectrum, and not just Divine Nine, HBCUs, the NABJ, the NOI, the black churches, the Black Caucus, where's that round table? And not just an agenda where we just talk about something. Now we have the ability to create infrastructure behind that instantly. They have a first 100 days. Where's our first 100 days? Or we go complain about what somebody else doing, which is very intelligent to their agenda, and they're showing you how to become efficient and effective to get things done. When you go look at that amount of people that was behind Elon Musk, that's the oligarchs showing their power, saying that we no longer have to hide. The WEF believed in having the elites having complete global and economic control. So if we see these shifts that happen, you got a Department of Government Efficiency. Well, Black America is not operating off efficiency. The monies that we put into these organizations are not creating what we need them to create. So that means that either you pass the torch, right? You get out the way, or we dismantle those organizations and create better ones that's more about self-sufficiency and economic sovereignty. You feel me?
And we look even crazier boycotting something like Target while we're on platforms that have also rolled back their DEI.
Come on now, Mark Zuckerberg rolled it back. We talking about it on X and Twitter. This is how they know you're not serious. We have this Malcolm and Martin paradox, right? People pick sides. And it's more creating a conflict between us. Oh, I'm Malcolm, I'm non-pacifist. Oh, you more aggressive. Oh, I'm Muslim, you Christian. I believe the powers that be knew what narratives to push on the black community that was more divisive. Why don't we study Marcus Garvey and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who had the most successful economic blueprints?
And especially when Malcolm was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's student.
No, 100%. When you look at history, people go say, well, they killed this, and it's not true. But first of all, you should look at it based on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had a third grade education. He built an entire ecosystem in America with this intelligence. Who is that man? How was he able to do it? Right? And I don't care if you like him or not. If he had the right blueprint, then we should follow it.
Right.
That's it. Like, we got to get off our feelings about whether he was Christian or Muslim or this and that. And I believe that's what holds us back, because we're not following the right blueprint. We're looking at who we like. And that's because we're focused on how do we maintain and have more control. The black church are not going to push no economic plan by Elijah Muhammad. because they need you to continue to follow them. And some of the stuff that they do is just downright disrespectful and not teaching the correct history.